Hello everyone and welcome to another reading vlog. Now, full disclosure before we even get started, I meant to start this vlog on like Monday, which would be the first day for the Bout of Books read-a-thon. That is what this vlog was supposed to be tracking. However, this past week was quite crazy, very emotionally draining, very stressful. I started back at work last Thursday on August 12th, and this past week we just had a lot of things come up during our orientation week, and it just really drained me to the point where I did very little reading. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick overview of what I have managed to read this week and give you a little bit of a goal for the remaining 2 days of the read-a-thon. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So I did manage to finish one book in its entirety. I finished the remainder of Fire by Kristen Cashore. I was listening to this on audio. Monday was a full day that they gave us to do classroom setup, classroom prep, that type stuff. So I pretty much just listened to the last hour and a half of this and finished that one. This was one of the books I wanted to finish for Bout of Books. So that is one book finished. So at least I have this in my back pocket. Overall, I really enjoyed this one. I liked this one more than I liked Graceline. I gave this one 5 stars. Fire is a very interesting character, and I'm not really going to go too much in depth, but I will link my very quick review down below if you want to read what I thought about it, but did like this one. Glad to have read it. The other book that I am supposed to already have finished is this one right here. This is Panic by Lauren Oliver. However, I have not touched this book since probably Sunday of last week. I am still on page 110. I'm liking it okay. It's nothing fantastic, but there are, let me look real quickly, 407 pages. 408 pages in this book. So I really need to crank this one out this weekend. I've got to get this finished. I still have 2 books on my August TBR that I have not read. So got to get this one done, especially since I know that I am going to be absolutely exhausted next week. It is our first week of school with the students. I teach kindergarten, and I just know that it's going to be very draining. So I've got to at least get this book done. I was hoping I could get it done today, but y'all, it's just not going to happen. I have a lot of prep work still to do for the first day of school, so I'm going to squeeze in reading where I can, but I do hope that I can at least have this one finished by the end of tomorrow, which is the last day of Bout of Books. So I will be tracking my progress on this one throughout this vlog, letting you know my thoughts, and honestly just taking you along on the weekend before school starts in case you are curious about what that looks like. Now, the other book that I have been listening to, I'm going to put the cover right here, is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. I am really enjoying that one. I'm about 50% of the way through. I am not rushing to finish that one for Bout of Books, but I was hoping to make a decent amount of progress, which I have done. I've read half of it, so I consider that another win as well. But I probably am the last person on BookTube in the world to have finally read or am currently reading that book. I am really enjoying it, so hopefully that will continue. And yeah, you can look for my thoughts on that one in my August reading recap. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into vlog footage. I took some footage earlier today while I was running some errands, so I'm going to insert that here, and then we will continue on with the weekend.
Harper Audio presents The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller, performed by Fraser Douglas. If I resist the thing that I've missed for so long, can't remember what it's
everyone, happy Sunday. So as you can see from this vlog, I did no reading yesterday. So again, fail. I am just struggling right now with trying to fit reading into the other things that I have to do. So instead of reading, I'm going to show you what I did work on. So I mentioned that the first day of school is tomorrow. August 23rd is the first day of school. So I am trying to prep the first week of activities, and it's requiring a lot of printing and cutting because I have never started a school year teaching kindergarten in person. So last year we started virtual, so I didn't have to do a lot of this stuff. And I'm having to really quickly put together what I need to teach them so that they can be successful. So I have purchased some packs from Tara West on TPT. If you're watching a reading vlog, you may not be interested, but I'll link her TPT store down below just in case. But anyway, she does this whole series of things with a character called Pip the Pup. And last night and yesterday afternoon, I was working on putting together some of the Pip the Pup books. So this is an example of one of them. It just teaches the students how to use their glue sponge. Another one is Lunchroom Adventures with Pip to teach them how to function in the cafeteria. Restroom with Pip to teach them how to correctly use the restroom. Then we have things like teaching them to color with crayons. This one is about wearing your mask correctly in the classroom because we are masked. And then this one is just a general introduction to Pip, and it basically is telling us that she's going to help them learn how to be kindergartners, and they need to help her as well. And I do have a little stuffed Dalmatian in my classroom. So the other thing that I did is I made a little get to know me book. And then I printed out some things that I'm going to have to laminate. So things like how to function when we're doing whole group activities on the carpet, although it's not a carpet this year because we're not allowed to have rugs. A couple of choices that they have for ways to sit on the carpet. And then this one is playground rules. So that's the kind of stuff that I've been trying to work on. She has a kit called Back to School Survival, which I printed out while I was at school. And so now I need to just go through and put the lessons into my planner so that I have it all in one place. So that is what I'm going to be working on for the next hour or so, possibly longer. I am thinking today I've got to get Panic read. Y'all, I'm still on page 100, whatever that I was on yesterday. So I'm going to do some switching in and out. So I'm going to work on school stuff for an hour and then read for an hour. School stuff for an hour, read for an hour. And that's what I'm going to do to hopefully get that book finished and get all of my prepping done. So we'll see how it goes, but let's go ahead and roll into the first hour of school. Hello everyone. I have just completed another 100 or so pages of Panic, so yay for that. Finally did some reading. It is 3:18, so that took me about an hour. So now I'm going to go back to what I was working on previously, which is trying to get my schedule worked out. And y'all, it's so hard to get these minutes to fit into your day. It's really, really difficult. So I'm going to poke around with this a bit more. I need to type it up. This is an example of another kindergarten teacher's schedule. but it's a lot. It's a lot. So I am going to try to make mine work. And yeah, I have pretty much gotten the first week or so planned out. I will show you. So here is what my plan book is looking like. This is Saturday and Sunday, that's why that's blank. I have just been kind of filling things in based on what we are required to teach, and then also using Tara West's Back to School Survival. So that's what I'm going to work on for the next hour or so. I am 49% of the way through Panic. It is, as I mentioned, 3 o'clock, so I can do 3 to 4 schoolwork, 4 to 5 reading, another 100 pages, 5 to 6 schoolwork, 6 to 7 another 100 pages, and possibly get the book done today. So we'll see. That's what I'm going to try to accomplish. But yeah, obviously prep for work and school has to come first. Reading is a bonus. So anyway, let's see if we can't get this schedule thing figured out, shall we? Okay, remnants of attempting to get my schedule done. However, I have succeeded. So let me go ahead and show you what I came up with, and then we'll chat a little bit about my book because I've gotten about 200 pages read today. Okay, so here is the schedule. Now, tip for new teachers, if any of you happen to be watching this, all you have to do is make the schedule work on paper. These times do not allow for any transitions. And because of that, the schedule is not actually accurate. However, it checks a box. That's all my administrator cares about. I will do my best to teach everything the required amount of minutes, but just know that it is not always possible, and that is okay. But one thing is done, and I am really, really glad that that's finally finished. Okay, the other thing I printed out was Becca's Book-Oplathon board, because she is doing a month-long read-a-thon in September, and I'm wanting to participate, so I went ahead and printed that out. Okay, I also finished printing out, well, I designed this a while ago, but this is what's going to go in the front of their take-home folders. I'm just covering up our school info down here under my hand. So when I get to school tomorrow, I will need to copy these, but that won't take very long, and I can just put them in the front of their folders and be finished with another task. So one more thing finished. And now let's chat about Panic by Lauren Oliver, shall we? So I realized that I have not even talked about this book with you all. Y'all, this is like failing at reading vlogging. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so let's talk about the book. This book is a contemporary. It follows a cast of characters, 2 of which we hear from their point of view. So we have Heather and we have Dodge. Both of them are newly graduated high school seniors, and every year in this very small town in New York, they participate in a game called Panic, and it is basically truth or dare, like ratcheted up 10,000 notches. So basically they are given these tasks that basically test their bravery and to see how fearless they are. So Heather was initially not going to participate. She was kind of pushed into it because her former boyfriend broke up with her, made her feel some kind of way, and she decided that she would do it to like show him. I don't really know exactly how to explain it, but something like that. Dodge is the other main character who we're hearing from. His sister, Dana, participated in Panic a couple years before or something like that, a year before, a couple years before, and was paralyzed in the last part of it. And so he is really participating in Panic for revenge, because the guy who was responsible for paralyzing Dodge's sister, his brother, is participating in this round of Panic. So that's the setup. Basically, we've been through 4 different dares / tasks at this point. we've had one big reveal, which I kind of saw coming prior to it, so it didn't really shock me, but it was fine. Heather has a really terrible home life. Her mother is an alcoholic. She does drugs. She basically leaves Heather to fend for herself and to also take care of her younger sister. So that is not a very good home life. Heather is best friends with two people, Natalie and Bishop. Natalie is also taking part in Panic because she wants the money in order to go be an actress in LA. And Bishop is not taking part in Panic and kind of keeps trying to talk Heather out of participating anyway. So they were a group of three. Dodge has now sort of joined their group of friends. And basically the book is just following the game of Panic, the things that the characters are having to do. And then Heather and Dodge are both going through some emotional, personal stuff as well. So that's where we're at with the book. I am on page 300, I believe. I think it's 300. And yes, page 300. Sorry, I just had to think for a minute. I am on page 300. There's like 100 pages left, so I'm definitely going to finish it tonight. It is currently about 7:30-ish. So I figure another hour, I will probably be finished. I've been able to crank out 100 pages in it per hour. I also am feeling pretty good with where I'm at for school. That was really stressing me out, y'all. Like, really stressing me out. I should have been planning way before now, but things happened over the past week that made that impossible. And so I really was having to give up my weekend to focus on that, which is not something I typically do. I am very good at leaving work at work. That was just not possible this week. So hopefully I will not have to do that again, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get back to reading the last 100 pages of Panic, and then I will come back and give you my full thoughts. Again, I apologize. This vlog is such a mess, but I hope there are still some things in here that you can enjoy. And let's go ahead and get back to reading.
Can't remember when it started, so many I needed.
All right, hello everyone. It is like 10:30 and I need to go to bed. So, really quickly, I did finish Panic. So, round of applause, please. Yeah, okay. This one actually read quite fast. Like, I could have easily finished this had I just had the time to sit down and read it, because it did read very, very quickly. So, overall, I enjoyed this one. I gave it 3 stars on Goodreads. If they did half stars, I would have rounded it up to 3.5. There are some things that I didn't love. I don't like one of the point of view characters. Dodge just kind of really didn't do it for me, but I did really enjoy Heather's point of view. Also, you really have to suspend your disbelief. Suspend, is that right? Suspend your disbelief, because the entire premise of this is just not something that would happen in reality. So they live in a small town. Every year the seniors like pool their money together, and then they participate in this game called Panic that could potentially wind up with someone dying, or in the case of a previous year, someone being paralyzed, and the police just don't do anything about it. It just sounds far-fetched and ridiculous. So you definitely need to keep that in mind. But I did find it really engaging. It reads really, really fast. There were some aspects that were quite compelling, and I did overall enjoy it. So, finished with that one, which means for Bout of Books, I did read, or at least complete, 2 books. So I read the last probably 150 pages of this one is what I was listening to. So finished Fire. It's really hard to see. It's not showing up very well on camera, but yeah, finished Fire, and then I read Panic I read the last 300 pages of Panic. So none of these were like started and completed during Bout of Books, but whatever, we're gonna call it a win. So these were the 2 books. I also did 50% of the Song of Achilles, so not too shabby all in all. I wish I could have done a little bit better with the whole vlogging thing, but as I mentioned earlier, I hope you can find something to enjoy in this vlog. Hopefully I can do a little bit better in the next one. But we're gonna go ahead and sign off there. I have work tomorrow and my students are going to be at my door at 9:05. So going to head to bed, call it a night. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you are interested at all in hearing more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.